How you doing? This is Roderick Barnes. I'm lead pastor with Communion Chapel out of San Antonio, Texas. And today in our Communion Chapel News, I've got a special guest with me.
I'm President Barnes. I'm his son.
This is my third son. My wife and I have 6 boys. And President consented to hanging out with his old man to do Communion Chapel News. I want to thank you for joining us. And it is our intent with each of these to equip you to do well through what is right now a difficult time everywhere. God is wanting you to do more than exist. In fact, He wants you to prosper. And so we offer these in hopes that it helps you to honor the Lord Jesus Christ and to do well wherever you are. We've got a lot up for you today. We've got news, and then we've got a segment on family from Brianne. And then we got another segment. What was it? Fitness. That's right. From who?
Allie.
Yes, we got a segment on fitness from Allie. And we're going to conclude with just a taste of some worship that you will get the fullness of in our weekend service. So, without further ado, let's get started.
I just now noticed that it changed from a Hobbit door to that.
Yes, yeah, you just not, yeah, a little change going on there. Here we're going to just quickly run down some news for you. We're doing a new series at Communion Chapel. We just finished the series Good News for You, where we talked about Jesus all the way from the ministry of John the Baptist, the forerunner, to his atoning or at-oneing work on the cross. To atone really comes from the word at one. He actually at-oned us with the Father by grace through faith. And so we've been doing that, and there's a book coming out here pretty soon. But we have a new series coming out, and the new series is in Ruth. So the name Ruth, you know what it means, son?
You mean friend?
It does! This is not pre-rehearsed. It actually means friend.
I feel like I've known that for a long time.
Have you? Yeah. So the idea is that God is wanting to bring us into society on mission as genuine friends. And that's even when it's not reciprocated. And so the book, the whole series, is against friendless or against ruthless society. You see what I did there? You see that? You see that? How you like that?
I like it.
You like that? Okay.
Yeah.
So we've got a series. It's a series about true love. And during that series, we're going to cover the book of Ruth. Ruth is an ancestor of Jesus, by the way. We're going to cover the book of Ruth. And in this first installment, Sunday, we're going to have worship from Dan and Susie. Dan straight. And then Roderick Barnes, that would be going to deliver a brief message from the, you know, the Campbells, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Both their sons.
Yeah. Those some musical dudes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Especially their dad.
Yeah, man. And Julius and Valerie, very musical. Valerie is actually a professional singer. She recently has given her life to the Lord Jesus Christ, and they are a part of a new effort for us to grow the worship team. So Dan Strader, he leads that, and we're bringing on new people to help out with worship. We're going to give you just a sample right now of some of what is coming.
Holy, 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 Lord God Almighty.
Yeah, me too, right? I'm just singing along, but we're gonna stop right there. So we've got more of that coming, but all of that is a part of this new series. Now, part of what we're doing with the online recording, we're trying to take into account what's what's going on in the nation. It's harder now. In some cases, it's not even legal for us to gather in the ways that we have. And so we're not wanting to give up the gathering together as Christians. That is the Lord's mandate, and yet we want to do it wisely. And so what we're trying to do is to find other ways to gather. And we're doing that because of this global pandemic, right? I think that's redundant. Global pandemic, pan meaning all global. Anyway, so yeah, this is pretty bad right now. In the United States, we have 699,706 confirmed cases. And other countries have a lot of cases as well. Spain, 190,839. And there are things that we can do to, as you've heard, flatten the curve. So what could we do? Well, it seems like this virus is airborne. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a specialist. But, the idea of a mask is now being recommended by the CDC. Prior today, if you had gone into a bank with one of these, there are people watching, man. You're laughing at me. Anyway, if you had gone into a bank wearing one of these, that might have been a problem. Now, no, that's totally okay, right? Because they're trying to prevent the spread of the virus. So we're encouraging you to practice social distancing. We're encouraging you to wear the mask. These are things that are coming down from the president, from the CDC. And the reason why we're advocating this, and I want to make it clear that I am not on anybody's political team. I don't claim to be conservative or liberal. I am a Christian. That's my party. But I am doing this in hopes that we can get away from the place where we're in the tyranny of the urgent, and that our hospitals aren't overwhelmed, so that people can be treated and live. And so that's the idea there. So that's some of what we've got going on. Wear that mask. We've got streaming options. You're thinking, hey, I'd like to catch more of this.
On Facebook?
You can catch it on Facebook. What's another option, son? Oops, wrong slide. Keep going.
Livestream.
There you go. So one option, if you go to our website, right, we have a link and it says live stream in it. And if you go to that on the menu, there's a web page, and it has other videos that we've already released, and it has a way to get to the live stream. Another way?
YouTube.
Bam. You could go to the YouTube channel, Roderick L. Barnes. That's good. Any other ways?
Y'all have an Instagram?
Well, that's primarily young people. Yeah. A lot of us are, yeah. See, there you go with the laughing again. Anyway, not Instagram, which does do live streaming, but not Instagram.
Twitter?
Oh my gosh. Facebook, y'all.
Well, that was the first one we had said.
It wasn't? I thought it was the webpage. That wasn't the first one we said?
The first one we said was Facebook.
No, we said the church.
Look, go back.
I'm not going to go back. This is like, anyway, I'm just going to assume he's right. I just messed up. So in any case, want to say, what does that say right there?
Facebook.com.
So I don't know, maybe we did say it earlier. In any case, you've got options. You can go to our website. There's a live stream page. You can go to Facebook. There is a Facebook page, Communion Chapel SA, and we want to encourage you to subscribe to that. And that way you can get a hold of the live streams. And so the live stream is at 10:30, but even after then, these things will be uploaded so that you can review them later. Maybe you can't catch it at 10:30. You can go and catch it when you have an opportunity. All right, what else we got? Let's say...
You need somebody to talk to?
Go on, man. I need somebody to talk to. What should I do?
Is that the email?
Yep, that's the email. Yep.
You shoot an email out to our office at Communion Chapel EFCA.org, and
the subject line in that would be
check on me.
Check on me. And so even for those of us who the biological needs are being met, we have water, we have food, we have shelter, we have human needs. We need to know that we're loved, that we're cared about. And so if you're a person out there, no strings attached, you just want somebody to check on you. You don't need to join Communion Chapel. You don't need to give financially. We're doing this not with the idea of reciprocity. You're not having to give something back. We're doing this because God has shown us great love, and we're wanting to show that love to others. And so if you're wanting somebody to check on you, give you a call, shoot you an email, send an email to office@communionchapelefca.org with the subject line. What's the subject line again?
Check on me.
I got to get him to do more of these. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. Just when he says it, it just sounds. I say, check on me. You said it.
Check on me.
I don't know. It just sounds better. Anyway. So there's that. If you do want to give, because we're bringing in people to do worship, we're bringing in people to help out with bringing messages. It takes time to put together a podcast. If you do want to give and support this, the preaching of the word, the worship, the ministry of the church, this is how you would do it. We have a page online for this. And if you go to communionchapelefca.org, on the first page, there is a button. It says online giving. You click on that button, it launches another page. You could give one time, or you could do a recurring gift. Want to say again that reciprocity is not required. If you want someone to check on you, if you want to just subscribe and receive what we're giving out through the Facebook page, that is okay. We really want you to prosper during this time. All right. A little bit on becoming effective during this time. I say this to my sons all the time, that, you know, when you look at going through this wilderness experience, some people are going to experience a lot of loss, and on account of that, they're going to get bitter. But some people, what's going to happen, President?
They're going to come out stronger than they came in.
Yeah.
You know, if you keep your eyes on the Lord, you can't really fail, you know.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's what he's telling us, like, through the storm, keep your eyes on him, and you won't be like washed up in the storm, you know.
Mm-hmm. Keep your eyes on him, keep trusting in him, abiding in his word. Some people are going to become bitter because of the losses. There's loss of life, there's loss of jobs, all kinds of losses, and some people are going to become bitter. Some people, President said, they're going to get stronger. They're not going to become bitter, they're going to become better. Even with all the losses. Mm-hmm. They're going to emerge from this whole wilderness experience.
That's only some people.
That's only some people.
Only some people.
Only some people. And so if we just acknowledge, whether it's now or later, we're going to go through our tribulation, through our trouble, through our trial, and we don't want to become bitter. We want to become better. We need to keep our eyes on Jesus. And we need to keep planning. We need to keep striving, endeavoring. And so if you want to come out better, then it is going to require that there be intentionality. Excellence is never an accident. Whenever you see excellence, and I talked about that this morning, whenever you see excellence, music, mathematics, ministry, parenting, marriage, wherever you see it, it's not an accident. Someone is intentional. Someone is striving. They are endeavoring. They are trying. They are exerting. They are perspiring. And so we're encouraging you to do that. A part of excellence is planning, not shooting from the hip. You want to plan your work, and then you want to work your plan. What plan your work, and then
work your plan.
I say this to my boys all the time. Plan your work, and then
work the plan.
Work the plan. And so how do you plan your work? First, you just want to be before the Lord. The Lord is sovereign. Jesus is Lord. And when we do things without acknowledging his lordship, whether it's passive or active, that's rebellion. What we want to do is we want to acknowledge his lordship. He is creator, we are creation. And I want to start by being quiet before the Lord. And first, just acknowledging Jesus is Lord. In that light, any planning that I need to do, that I want to do, needs to acknowledge that, and then I go from there. What is it that the Lord is wanting to get accomplished? It starts with, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Your kingdom come. Your will be done. And so we're encouraging you, plan your work. If you want to achieve excellence, even at a time where we're all set back, it actually could become a setup to spring forward. But you're going to have to plan. Write it down. And then take your plan and share it with people who can hold you accountable. Accountability is not just the negative. Hey, man, I want to make sure you're not surfing porn or doing drugs or being lazy. Accountability is also the positive. You told me that the Lord told you when you went and asked him what to do, you said, he said to you, blase, blase. And I just want to know how you're doing with that. Right? Mm-hmm. That's the positive side of accountability. Oh, okay, you haven't made a lot of progress lately? Why is that?
Wait, you actually asking?
I'm just pretending. You can just make up an answer.
Eating too much food.
Okay. Because you told me that, you said, Dad, when this is over, I want to be in better shape. Mm-hmm. Right? And so, son, hey, no condemnation. I just want to encourage you to review those things that the Lord revealed. Mm-hmm. Review what he revealed. And that's going to reinforce your resolve. It's going to strengthen your resolve to do the thing. So I'm here to just encourage you, son, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, and then, if you don't stay with the plan, it's going to look bad if we get to the end of all of this and I'm stronger and faster than you. What? That's not, is that not good encouragement? Mm-hmm. Okay, that's not the best accountability.
This is not going to happen.
Oh, it's not going. Y'all heard him say it. So, Proverbs 3:5-6. Son, would you get verse 5?
Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding.
In all your ways, submit to him.
And he will make your path straight.
He's going to direct your steps. Okay? So take some time. Spend time with the Lord. Sit at his feet. Be quiet before him. Know that he is God. Bring your request and ask him, Lord, how do I come out of this not bitter, but stronger, right? Starts with a B. That's kind of what I was looking for. I'm a preacher. I mean, got to use alliteration. Not bitter, but
stronger.
Yeah, that's not alliteration. But anyway,
what's
better.
What's the other? Oh, well, I was saying stronger the whole time.
Yeah, no, stronger is good. So we want you to get better. Okay. All right, so there's a little word there. Now we're going to our next segment here. We've got a segment on family from our own Brianne at Communion Chapel. And so we're going to ask you to check this out. Think you're really going to enjoy it. Brianne.
Hi. I wanted to share another family PSA with you. The last time I did a PSA, it was on how we can properly respond to our family members at this time. This time I want to talk to you about spending time with others. Even though we're supposed to be practicing social distancing, it can still be a fun time of being connected to friends, family, extended family, neighbors. There's ways to remain connected. Birthdays and other special occasions are important, and we shouldn't feel deprived during this time. I'm going to a virtual wedding this week. My kids and I went to a drive-by birthday party. We had a lot of fun planning that. What kind of gift did we want to give? How are we going to get it to them? And so we ended up taping a gift card to the bottom of a Frisbee and tossing it out the window as we yelled happy birthdays as we drove by. And it was really a fun time. The planning was as much fun, I think, as actually doing it. Getting out of the house together to do something. That was a lot of fun. You can brainstorm, you can do searches on ways that you can remain connected with others and celebrate these special occasions at this time. It's a great time to connect with family and friends on a deeper level. My kids, one of my daughters did a journal type book with her grandparents. It was fun for her to learn more about their history and history in general as they talked about their past, and to get those things written down. I think a lot of times we miss writing down really neat facts about our family. And she had a good time doing that. And the older the kids are, the more detailed the questions can be, and the deeper the answers can be. And it can be a way to really connect with grandparents, especially on a deeper, more meaningful level that will provide memories for years to come. You can also have a question jar with questions for people as you talk to them. You can just randomly pull questions out, or you can have a list of questions. People will enjoy these conversations. It's not just the superficial conversations. It's something that you can really learn about each other. There's lots of options and suggestions on the web, I'm sure. You can also use this time to teach your kids to minister to others. Our church has done a buddy system, and it has been really great. We've had a good time connecting with others. That's been important. We've been missing each other. But we've also been making sure everybody was safe and that they didn't have any needs. It can be your family's list, could be neighbors, friends, school friends, family members, whoever you want to put on your list. Make a sheet that has their name, their phone number, and columns for when you contacted them. Spread it out during the week. Set aside time for it. Do these calls together. Some good questions are, do you need food? Do you need toilet paper? Do you have anyone who can pick up your meds? Can you do that yourself? That's especially important for people that have oral health needs. How are you feeling? Spiritually, emotionally, physically? Do you have any needs? And be creative. I'm sure there's many other ways that you can stay connected to others. Video chatting is great because it gives you that visual connection that we've all been missing. I prefer phone calls over text because, once again, that's another physical connection with somebody rather than just another means of connection through technology. We all need to stay in contact with each other. I hope this has been helpful. See you later.
That was very informational.
It was, right? It was very informational. So, yeah, Brianne just brought a great segment. What do you think about the drive-by birthday thing?
I don't think I really heard that part as much. But
Part with the frisbee and the...
Oh.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
It's creative.
Yeah, that was creative. So, Brianne, thank you for that segment. Now we're going to have another segment on fitness from our own Allie. And after that, we're going to have more of that worship from Julius and Valerie Campbell. So now our segment on fitness.
Hi, Communion Chapel family. It's Allie here with another fitness PSA. And last week we talked about how God cares about our bodies and how we can honor Him through our bodies by taking care of them. So we can...
I'm going to pause that for just a second because we're taking up an unusual amount of the screen. And so we just want to reduce that so that you have the full benefit of what Allie is saying. Now that that's been done, my apologies.
Do that through nutrition, and we're going to focus on that today. So with nutrition, before you do any type of exercise, you want to make sure that you have fuel in your body so that you can do that exercise at like the highest level of functionality that your body has. Your body is like an engine, and just like engines need fuel, so does our bodies. And food is fuel. So we want to make sure that we have balanced meals before and after our workouts, and then as we're working out, make sure that we're drinking plenty of water, especially because it is starting to get a little bit warmer. So before you work out, if you need something a little bit lighter, you can just have some yogurt or a fruit like an apple or a banana. If you're like me and you need like a full meal before you work out, you could just have pasta or a bowl of cereal and then add like a fruit or a veggie with that. And make sure that we need to make sure we're drinking water before, so that when we go to work out, we're already hydrated. And then, like I said, just keep sipping on water because it is getting warmer. And then after we work out, we need to refuel our bodies with a good-sized meal, a balanced meal with a carb, a protein, and fruits and vegetables, and then liquids for hydration. So for protein, it's really important that we get a good protein in, like meats or beans, because proteins are what helps our muscles repair after a workout. So while you're working out, you're tearing your muscles, and so we need to make sure that we're able to give them the fuel they need to rebuild and to be strong. I thought it'd be fun to give y'all a recipe in these videos, so I found one that was super simple and healthy, and it is here somewhere. Here it is. Okay. It's a Tuscan tuna salad. This is what it looks like. It's like a salad, not like potato salad, but a salad with tuna on it. So you just have a can of tuna drained, and then it has arugula or any type of like mixed greens, tomato, red onion, cannellini beans, and then lemon juice and lemon zest. And then they put like salt and pepper on it, I think. So I'll read that to y'all one more time. Lemon juice and a little bit of lemon zest, cannellini beans, rinsed and drained, canned tuna, drained, thinly sliced red onion, your greens like arugula or kale or whatever you want, and then this is cherry tomatoes, and you can use whatever tomatoes you have. So it looks really good, and there's a lot of good proteins and fats in the tuna, and then like carbs in the beans, and so it's very fresh and easy. And so I just want to remind y'all to keep going on walks. If you need to start small, just walk around your backyard a couple times, walk around the house if you want, and then build up to maybe walking a little bit more. And just be consistent as you're going on walking, or on walks or jogging. So I hope this was helpful. It was good to see y'all. Bye.
Salt and pepper. Somebody went.
No?
I'm just kidding.
No? So what did you think of that segment there?
It was pretty good.
Okay. All right. I appreciated the recipe and the reminder to hydrate. Yeah. Yeah. Reminder to hydrate. Stay hydrated.
All in all, she was basically just telling everybody to be healthy and take care of your temple.
Yep. Thank you, Allie, for that. Thank you, Brianne, for the segment on family. Now we're going to wrap things up, and in wrapping them up, we're going to give you just a little more of something that you heard a little earlier, a little more of the worship that we had from Julius and Valerie Campbell. And so we're going to bring them back, and the fullness of what you're seeing here is going to be in our weekend service. Julius and Valerie Campbell.
Holy, 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 Lord God Almighty, early in the morning our song shall rise to thee. Holy, 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 merciful and mighty, God in three persons, blessed Trinity. Holy.
I want to thank you for joining us for a Communion Chapel news segment, and we're hoping that you're spending time with God regularly. Abide in Him. He's the vine. We're just the branches. We're encouraging you to plan your work, and then
Work your plan.
plan your work that plan. Stay hydrated. Baby steps as you're exercising. We hope these things are helping you out. And we will be back with more segments from Brianne, from Allie, from Mike Pratt, from Josh, to help you not just live, but to prosper during this time. God bless.